Hey guys, it's Libby, and like you maybe probably most likely noticed, I have huge band-aids on my chest. And if you've watched my previous videos, you might have noticed that I used to have dermal piercings right here, and I now do not. So I'm kind of here to just talk about that. Number one, because if you want to get a dermal or microdermal piercing, this is important information and I want you to know about it so you don't make the same mistake I did, or that my piercer did rather, because it could have been avoided. And then number two is because if I don't make a video about it and then I just make a video without the piercings, everyone's gonna be like, oh my gosh, where are the piercings? And so I'm just here to let you know so you don't have to ask me. Although I know plenty of people won't watch this video, and like 50 videos from now people will still be like, what happened to your piercings? And I'll be like, I made a video about it. But it's fine, that's a different problem. So yeah, I'm just here to, I'm gonna explain what happened so that you know, if you're thinking about getting them, you know how to avoid it. So yeah. To explain this better, I'm just gonna show you what the jewelry itself looks like so you can better understand what I'm saying and like talking about. So as you can see, there are two pieces of jewelry in here. At the top, there are little rhinestones. Then there's like a little stem that connects the rhinestone to the base, and the stem is connected to the base, not the rhinestone. So basically how this works is your piercer will take a dermal punch or a needle, and they will make a hole in your skin, and then they will go wedge this base into the skin and then put the jewelry on top. And basically, hey, focus, 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 focus. Okay, basically what's supposed to happen is your skin is supposed to heal around the little foot, the little base of the jewelry, and then you can change out the like stone on top whenever you want after they're healed and stuff like that. When you're talking about dermal piercings or surface piercings, often people will talk about rejecting, oh my gosh, rejection, and that's basically when your body's like, what the hell did you just put in me? Get it out. And so your body like gets infected right where that piercing is, and there's pus and it's red and it's painful, and your body's just like, nope, and it like rejects it. It gets it out of your body. But that is not what happened with me. Surprisingly, thankfully, it sounds painful. I'm glad it didn't happen. What happened with me is a placement error. So like I said, I got them at my collarbones right below the actual bone, and that's where my piercer drew it on. And she's a very reputable, good piercer, whatever, at a good shop. She drew them on like right below the bone, and she pierced them there, which was fine and dandy, right? Except if you think about it, your skin moves. Like if you shrug or when you lay down or do all kinds of things, your skin moves around. So whenever my skin happened to move up my chest, the piercings obviously would go with it because the piercings are in your skin. And when they went up, they would roll onto the actual collarbone itself. And that caused a lot of friction, which meant that the flesh was being worn away. And it started like getting pushed forward out of my skin. So what I'm gonna show you a few pictures that I took to show you what I mean by that. That way you can better understand what I'm saying. So like you can see in this picture, right next to the gem, there's a little bit of silver that you can see in my skin, and that's actually the base of the piercing underneath my skin. And you are not supposed to be able to see that. It should be much deeper in your skin to where you cannot see it. So clearly this is not deep enough in my chest, which makes it more prone to being ripped out by a necklace or a shirt or a towel or whatever. So it's important that it's in your skin and you can't see it. I'm also going to show you a side view. This is how far out my piercing was from my chest, and it should be much closer. It should not be this far out, but clearly it is. So I started noticing the silver under my skin about a month or two after I got them done. And so I texted my piercer and I was just like, hey, I think I can see my piercings. And she's like, what? Like, can you come in? And I couldn't because I was up in Chicago and I got them pierced in Cincinnati. But she didn't make a big deal of it. Like, she wasn't like, okay, you need to get this checked out or something. Like, she kind of, like, she didn't think it was a big deal, I guess. So I kind of just blew it off and was like, oh, okay, whenever I get around to it, I'll go get them checked out. And so instead I would kind of just like push the piercing back into my skin because there was like a little bit of wiggle room to do that, or I'd put a band-aid on it really tight for a day so it would get pushed back into my skin. And that was like a pretty solid temporary fix, I would say. like the next day I wouldn't be able to see the silver under my skin. So I was like, yeah, rock on, it worked out. But like it didn't work out. They're in a bag, they're not in my skin anymore. So essentially it just got worse and worse, and I could see it more and more, and I was kind of like, oh no, what do I do? Like, I don't want to lose them, I like them. But then I started being able to see this one maybe a month ago. I started seeing some silver under my skin. I was just like, like, dang it, like, come on. So I thought it was time that I go see a piercer and see what they thought. I didn't know if they'd take them out or if they just say, just leave it alone till it comes out by itself. But clearly the guy took him out. He didn't like ask, he just like did, or like he didn't warn me. Like I didn't know what was happening, because like he started with this one and this one didn't hurt at all to come out. So I was like I could feel him like fumbling with it, but I'm like, is he taking it out or what? Like, I don't know. But then like he was like, first one out, and I was like, oh, okay. And then he took this one out, and this one required pliers. Like this one he was just able to use like his gloved hand and pull it out, but this one needed some pliers to get it out, and that one hurt a little bit more, but it only took like 10-20 seconds or whatever, so it wasn't bad. But yeah, I asked him if there was anything I could do to like make them go back in instead, and he was just like, nope. It was just because the placement where they were, it wasn't a good spot. He said that if it was down a little bit more, it would have been okay. But dermal piercings are just supposed to sit there and not be bothered by any bones or whatever. So yeah, if you go get them done, you can get them on your collarbones. You can just make sure they're low enough that where they won't run into your collarbones themselves. Or if you get them anywhere else on your body where that could be a concern, just make sure that like it's in a good spot. Like, doubt your piercer, like move around a little bit, see what the marking does, like, because they always mark the piercing before they do it. So like once they do that, just like give yourself a little wiggle, see if you can tell if maybe it'll become a problem, or just ask them, be like, hey, I heard of someone where this happened, like using me as an example or whatever. But and just like kind of throw it out to them, so maybe they'll be a little more aware of it or more conscious of it or something. Again, like my piercer was a good piercer, so no shit to her, but kind of like I paid a lot of money for those, and they were supposed to last a long time, and I didn't want them to last in the bag. I wanted them to last on my body. But so yeah, I think I said everything that I needed to say. I'm gonna go ahead and take these bandages off so you can see what it looks like when it comes out, and just like keep in mind these are freshly out, they will heal and whatnot. I'm not sure if it's gonna scar or not. I hope not. I'm gonna buy some like anti-scarring cream or whatever to hopefully combat that. But yeah, I'm gonna show you what it looks like. I haven't even looked myself, so this will be fun and surprising. Alright, I'm about to get all up in your business just so you can see what they look like. It's not super gory, but if you are like extremely squeamish, you may want to look away. But it's not that bad or anything. So obviously here's one and here's the other. They just look like little red dots. It doesn't look super gory or bad or anything, so I think they'll heal just fine. But yeah, would I get them again? I don't know, maybe not, haven't decided. I'm definitely gonna like let these heal and do their thing before I consider getting new ones at a lower location. But yeah, so that is that. If you have any questions, again, just feel free to let me know. If you're just wanting some basic information about them, they were about 65 bucks each, I think, where I got them done in Cincinnati, and I want to say it takes 6 months to a year to heal. I'm kind of fuzzy on that. I've made 2 videos about my dermal piercings before, so I will link them both below. You can learn more about them if you'd like. But this is kind of the conclusion of the dermal piercing series, I guess, unless I get more. And if I do get more, I'll film it for you. But yeah, feel free to check out the other videos I have below about them. And yeah, have a wonderful day, week, year, century. Yep.